Good, y'all. We're back with the AOS podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. I am AOS Soon. Thank y'all for watching. Today's a little bit special.
Then we ending?
Huh?
Thank you all for watching. Is like, we ending already?
No, I thank you for watching. I thank you all.
It's the ending. Oh, thank God.
Oh, people, you monk, you get back here. All right. All right. So thank you for watching. We're not ending, but thank you for being here. Today's special episode gonna be talking about FNAF and the movie and our thoughts about it and what we in our review. But before we get into that, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. Y'all can go which way. Whoever wants to go first. All right, then go first. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, I am I'm Chunkership. You know, the guy with the black shirts. Usually has really long hair. Now I'm balding, somebody over here. Somebody over there. Besides that, yeah, no, I'm excited about this episode in the sense that I get to talk about a franchise that I've been basically following and know shit about since 2014 when I was 12 years old.
All right. That is Chunkership. All right, next. Introduce yourselves, bro.
Anybody, please?
Anybody?
Todd,
you go.
My mic's muted. I can't go.
You gorilla. This is Sketchy Todd. He draws. You want me to advertise yourself? Want me to get your stuff wrong?
I don't want to advertise.
Not advertise, but like say who you are. Like, come on.
Say who you are.
I am.
Yeah, who are you?
I am. You can just see my name there, right? Am I pointing to it?
No, the other way. The other way.
It's there.
Yeah,
I forgot.
All right, Sketchy Todd. He draws on the internet. Yeah, whatever.
I do art stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Shout out.
I'm bad at introductions. I don't know what you want from me.
I wanted you to say something. But anyway, all right. Last but not least, we have a new guest on the podcast, but he's a staple member of AOS. Go on and introduce.
Hello, dark handsome. That's all you need to know about me. Yeah.
All dark and handsome.
Low tier god introduction. That's all you need to know.
I need to know. Gotcha. All right. So throughout the podcast, of course, we're gonna be talking about FNAF. But if you have any questions about our opinions or in general, you can go on and submit channel points and we'll read them at the end. And yeah, we can go on and get started. So first off, what is everyone's basic thoughts about or takeaway from the movie, or like your basic review?
It's all right.
That's it.
That's it. It's just all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just all right.
It's honestly fair because like that's it. It's if I do my TLDR, that is the same thing for me. I enjoyed it. I think it's an alright movie. It definitely isn't a horror movie. There's jump scares, that's about it, but they're not terrifying. It's just honestly, jokingly, but true at the same time, it's a family movie. Go watch it with your family. Go watch it with your kids.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Go watch it with your kids.
I agree with it. Yeah, I unironically came out of the theater being like, "That was cute." that was my.
I mean, I think that's what their main goal was. They wasn't supposed to be like anything like too crazy. It's like, oh, FNAF, you see Freddy on the big screen, jump scares, they beat the bad guy.
My God, yeah. Freddy.
Yeah. Speaking of ending, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, well, I guess you're in the wrong YouTube video.
Big spoilers.
Yeah.
The movie's out on Peacock and in theaters. Go watch it. Give your money to.
Or you could
your money.
What?
I did.
What happened? Sorry.
You could watch it illegally, like what I did, but
oh my God, yo, FBI, get him, bro.
These things, like, let me see how long.
The AOS podcast does not condone.
We do not condone pirates.
Yes, we do. You know that. So 109 minutes. It felt like 4 hours, bro.
That is you're lying, bro.
No way,
that's actually
cap.
That's what? That is so cap.
It's 109 minutes.
Like, yeah, it's 109 minutes.
Barely, it's not even 2 hours. What do you mean?
No, it's more than 2
hours.
The
movie, I mean, with credits, yeah, the guy's in credits, but like, it didn't even clock in 2 hours.
It felt really short. I watched it at my house after I bought a ticket that I couldn't go watch the movie.
I came out of it feeling like it was short, but then everybody was saying, "Oh no, it's not short."
To me, it was. I could feel when it was gonna end. honestly. Well, duh, but like I don't know. You can just
You
tell.
can sense it. I could feel it.
And then since I knew you were like, oh, the runtime is not even 2 hours, I kind of went in knowing it was gonna be short, so I expected it, and I wasn't like surprised. So, but my takeaway from the movie is, I don't know y'all's whole opinions. I said it was all right, but like, I walked away from the movie feeling pretty good about it. Like, I didn't like hate it. It wasn't like the best, but I thought it was like a really good movie for what it did. Like, story wise, the acting could have been a little better, but I think it still did what it needed to do, and I would watch it again.
I loved it.
All right.
You
so
loved it,
if I get,
The only thing I regret about the movie was I was in a theater with only my group that went to go see it. There was no one else in there, so I didn't really get to experience half of the audience reactions I would have wanted to.
You're lucky though, because apparently when my IRL friends went to see it like at 4 p.m. The theater was like before the movie started. The theater you can already think what the theater was doing. They were just doing
fighting. Wait, they were? Oh my god!
Yes, they were. It was. I wasn't there because I couldn't go with them. But besides that, the theater was just. I don't know. It was. I don't. They didn't tell me the age demographic, but apparently it was just people going, I guess, quote unquote, insane, and oh my god, it's fucking Bonnie, and then when we'll go into later, the cameos appeared. They went kind of crazy.
Right.
But besides that, from what I've heard, multiple theaters and multiple people have said that the people in the theater were just doing FNAF shit, which is funny sometimes, barely, rarely, mostly cringe.
Yeah, in my theater, well, I saw it on a pretty odd day. I saw it on a Tuesday, the day after Halloween, so like people were probably already saw it, but my theater was like, it was like half full, I guess, but and the age demographic was like kind of like my age and up. It wasn't. I didn't see any like people like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like I didn't see like 14-year-olds, 10-year-olds. I was like really no kids in there. So I think. Well, yeah. I think that was like it was a more like chill experience. It wasn't like a lot of like laughing or FNAF references. It was like just a real movie.
Just people watching the movie.
Yeah.
What about you, Sar? Didn't you have a? No, wasn't it Shock that had a horrible
yes,
time?
What was your theater experience?
No, wait, what happened? Wait.
So did it have like
wonderful? I saw on the comfort of my home. Saw for free.
Yeah, on the streaming service that it came with. Yeah.
I can't wait for Tune to just not bleep any of this out and then the video gets.
Yeah, whatever y'all say, it's on your record, bro. Look,
never gonna watch it again. I've no desire to go back to it.
Damn. But all the hidden Easter eggs and secrets, bro. Like, come on, huh?
Yeah, I don't care.
True.
I don't care.
But all right. I do want to talk about like before we like talk more in depth about the movie. I do want to talk about mainly how the hell it kind of happened. This movie was supposed to be like it was in early development back in like 2015-16. So it's like after FNAF 1 through 4 came out and Sister Location was coming out. The games don't matter. What matters is this movie was originally going to be made by Warner Brothers, and it was in development hell for like 3 years until Blumhouse, the people that make basically every cheap horror movie that is sometimes quality, sometimes not. The people behind Get Out, the people behind Us, the people behind basically almost every Jordan Peele movie. They are super. They give people what they need sometimes, and they sometimes make really good horror movies. And this movie was their biggest yet in terms of budget, mainly because of the animatronics. Because usually their budgets are not even in the 10 millions. They barely even reach that. They usually like the most I think was like 15 million, and then this movie came out. It was 25.
The FNAF movie budget was 25 million.
Yeah, like 25 million.
Yeah, it was 25. Yeah.
But
how much of does that include like the marketing stuff for it?
Marketing wise, the marketing for the movie wasn't really like humongous.
Honestly, you're right. The market they didn't really. I didn't see any even like TV commercials. I didn't see really any ads of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry's gone, bro.
Oh my
he's fading. He's a fading memory,
bro.
There you go. He's back.
Wait, I looked it up. There was a budget of 20 million. I don't know if that's like includes
20 million. Yeah. But basically, what happened with the movie? The advertisement came around actually this year. Every single advertisement you saw was just this year, and there was some convention and events that Blumhouse did where people could see the actual animatronics.
Right,
and
right.
you would have like the actors and whatnot being there. But that was like not even 2 months or a month and a half
That
before
was
the
like
movie came
yeah,
out.
a month before it released.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like
So advertise.
I feel like the fans carried the movie because like word
Yeah,
of
no,
mouth.
it was
The word of mouth was
it,
their promotion or
exactly.
advertisement.
It was just carried by the fact that it was Five Nights at
Yeah.
Freddy's, and every fucking teenager that grew up with the series is now a 20 like a early 20 mid 20s
Uh-huh.
adult, which is funny.
You think Mario
It's
can get
sad.
away with no marketing like how FNAF did?
Yes.
You think so?
What movie?
You think Mario
100%.
could like get away with no marketing like how
Oh,
FNAF
of
did?
course.
100%.
Oh,
You think so?
absolutely.
course.
Could
Okay.
have gotten away
I'm
with
just thinking
that.
Mario did a
It probably
lot of
wouldn't have made as
marketing.
much.
I don't think so. I think they probably would have made
Well,
about the same.
the thing with the marketing in the Mario movie, that is mainly just illumination.
Yeah, I'm saying
Like,
I'm saying it did a really good job on. I'm saying like if they didn't have that, would it still have been like the same?
It definitely would have like it would still be the biggest like one of the biggest animated movies that came out in like this generation now. But even then, even if when it did get advertised, it got advertised by both Nintendo itself with the directs they did barely, sometimes rarely, and by Illumination, which Illumination just advertised the fucks out of every single.
Well,
one
in the
of the
direct they
videos.
did it like twice. They did like the first trailer and then like one more time, I think. But then when they
Yeah, it was like
I think they twice.
it was the first time where we saw Chris Prago
Yeah,
stomping
he said
Freddy's
Kubas.
and then
Stomping.
and then it was a trailer which looked really good and it had Jet Black. And Jet Black is the best character, but no Mario movie shit.
Yeah.
FNAF. So I guess just starting with the FNAF movie. Best thing you can really credit the movie for is set wise. It was beautiful. I love the fact that the pizzeria actually felt authentic. It wasn't super one-to-one to the games, which they don't need to be. They don't really follow the canon of the games. They don't follow the story of the games. They barely even follow the ones out of the book. They just did their own stuff, which is great. The set designs were beautiful. The pizzeria looked great. Everything looked amazing. And when most YouTubers did got tours of the sets and they showed like how everything was set up, it was genuinely insanely smart and beautiful. They had things that you wouldn't notice. You only notice because of those videos of the people actually going to the set and being like, "Hey, this is a reference from literally like the third game or some shit." And the animatronics were genuinely fucking sick to look at. And the fact that the animatronics were hybrids, at least Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie were hybrids, where people could wear them and they would also just be animatronics. But Foxy was the only actual full animatronic wise because his legs are just
I don't know who
thin.
would fit in there, yeah.
Yeah, his I guess a person with no legs, but I don't think they'll ever find somebody with no legs.
My only gripe, only gripe I have with like the set design, like the pizzeria, is that it's really good. I'm not knocking them, but like I think it looked too good. Wasn't it supposed to be like an abandoned pizzeria? And it looked like everything was clean. Everything was like I don't know. It looked looked a little bit too polished for me. That's just like a really like nerd gripe, but like that's the only thing. What do you mean no?
What do you mean, sorry?
I explain.
It looked like an abandoned 1980s pizzeria.
No, it did. It did look old, but like I don't know. It didn't look like really truly like you can tell they made that for the movie. Like again, it's not they didn't do a bad job, but like
there's two reasons.
It didn't
there's
look
two
like
reasons
it was
why
like really abandoned in the movie.
There's two reasons why. The William Afton says that the original the owner of the place likes to keep it. You know, like he has a sentimental value.
Yeah, no, the
of it,
security guards. One of the jobs was to keep it clean, wasn't it?
That too,
They cleaned it?
and Michael did clean it like twice when it got robbed and even before that.
Well, I know when it got robbed, yes,
but yeah, no.
I'm just saying.
Also,
like
the
I'm
fact
saying in
that,
general, just like didn't look like an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese house.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. But even beside that, I fucking love the fact that there was it's like the kitchen you never see it in the games, but even then the kitchen looked the kitchen had a lot of details where there was a scene where Chica walked by like an air vent and you wouldn't notice that, but then it's like really really good set design because it's such an unnoticeable detail just to show that they're just walking and looking at these motherfuckers. And yeah, no, I generally like those are my favorite things about the movie. It's the fact that they worked closely with the creator of the series, Scott Cawthon, and they nailed the designs, they nailed the vibe of a pizzeria from the 1980s, because Scott Cawthon literally made 2 games based on pizzerias in the 1980s. That's great.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like everything about the set, the animatronics. I know they put a lot of time into the animatronics because, like, if they didn't, that would be their downfall. They had to go in on that. Like,
the animatronics needed to look good. Also, the animatronics were made by Jim Henson's Creature Shop, which are the people that make the puppets and Sesame Street. The Muppets, not the puppets. The Muppets and Sesame Street.
That's what you put it though. Yeah, like they just look like so quality.
It's really good. I really wish freaking, because YouTubers got to actually see the animatronics and like see how they worked and all that stuff,
right,
background wise and everything, and it generally looked authentic. They were controlled, but they were controlled so smoothly and so like. I generally don't know how. I mean, animatronics have existed since the 1980s, you know, Jack and Cheese and whatnot. But it's kind of insane that to this day, animatronics, because their movements were, instead of being too choppy, they were like perfect. They were generally, they felt unnerving. They felt good. But when they were like doing the whole showcasing it to like people, YouTubers, fans, whatever, in events, the way they controlled wasn't like clunky in the sense that the people programming it and whatnot were having trouble. No, it just looked too smooth.
It looked like they were having a fun time. It looked smooth in person than like in the movie. You're saying?
Yeah, no, I'm saying in the sense that, you know, usually you would imagine this kind of things like controlling like a giant robot would be awkward, but from the looks of it, yeah, but from the looks of it, the people that were actually like, you know, giving the commands and making the animatronics do what this and that. We're having that much of an issue, which is really good. I generally think that making a job easier for like these people that make this shit, it's great. I generally like it. That's just a tangent of me. Right. Continue.
What do y'all think of the acting throughout the movie?
I thought Mike was fine. Vanessa. Worthless, bro.
God, this man hates.
Wow, that one really like actually got me mad. But
dude, he was just walking out of the theater and he's just like, that Vanessa.
The theater. He was walking out of the bathroom, bro.
Because I watched it illegally, so that woman got me so mad, bro.
Oh yeah.
Why? Is it because how like was it because how like vague she was throughout the movie, or like just?
It's a mix of like her writing. Her like expressions, and just like there's one more thing.
I guess it's the fact
the writing and just the actor in general. For some reason, just got me mad.
Yeah, she
probably
wasn't the best. Yeah,
she was like just the exposition dump.
Yeah,
she was just the exposition dump, which was normally just done by hearing a guy talk to you in a phone, and it could have easily been like explained by phone guy is no one knows, but it should definitely be explained more by Matthew Lillard, which, by the way,
you're gonna say Matt.
I think Matthew Lillard was weak at the end of the movie, but besides that, I fucking love Matthew Lillard playing like a unnerving, psychopathic, weird person. The first Scream movie is he plays like one of, obviously everybody knows Matthew Lillard for being Shaggy of the live action Scooby-Doo movies by James Gunn, which
yeah, you did, bro. I don't watch movies.
I don't watch movies. That's why I watched it illegally.
Wasn't aware.
But yeah, no, he's a current voice actor of Shaggy, and he also did live action Shaggy. But before that, he was Stu in the first Scream movie, and he played such a good character. He's a character that, you know, at the start of the movie, if you've never seen a Scream movie, you'd be like, oh, he's just a weird person. He's chill, like a little awkward. But then like at the third act of the movie, Matthew Lillard just drops the character, and he starts being like, it's like the character just starts being psychopathic, like an unnerving person. The way he laughs, the way he talks, his face. And I absolutely like the thing about Matthew Lillard in that movie as William Afton. Not even like at the start of the movie when he realizes he's talking to Michael Schmidt, because spoiler alerts, he killed his brother.
No.
When he realizes who he's talking to, he starts being more comforting, more like, hey, I have a job for you. You know, I'm gonna be nice to you, explain to you, all you gotta do is this, yada yada. And like the fact that as soon as the person knows that, it's like it's really good. I think his acting was weak in the movie, but even then, I love the fact that they casted him as a person, as William Afton, who in the games gets.
I don't think it was a weak acting.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't the weakest, but I feel like he's like weak compared to what I've seen him do. Like in other movies.
Yeah, of course. I mean, because he had barely screen time, so like, but when he was there, I think he did his thing.
He was menacing, yeah. But I do like the fact that they got him because William Afton in the games and in the books, he gets away with everything.
Right.
They only catch him like years later, which is good because that's how he felt in the movie. He just felt like a guy who somehow got away with a bunch of shit. Gotcha. So I'm rambling too much. Go ahead.
For me, I think the acting was pretty good all around.
I mean, Peter's is really good.
It's just throughout the movie, I can tell like it wasn't like their best. I don't know if it was like with the writing or the actors themselves, but like some parts, I think mainly with Vanessa actually, it felt like some phoned in stuff. Like again, it wasn't like 100%. But Mike, the character Mike did good. William Afton was good. Abby or Piper, whatever. Like, of course, they're a kid; they can just do whatever. Like, but just some like lines felt really cheesy or like deliveries.
Yeah, there were some lines that felt cheesy, but even then, Abby I think she did a good job.
Yeah, they're a kid, so like, but they did what they can do. I think
only like the only line with Abby that like I kind of scratched my head was when she was like, "Oh, I hate you." I was like,
that was
up until that point. I was like, "Wow, this is like a great child actor. This is like great." Like, she's like an actual child. But up till that point, I was like, I was like, "Wow, I like the performance." But when she said that, I kind of like looked at her like, okay.
But it did get progressively better. I just think like starting off, it was kind of rough. The actors.
Wait. Are you saying? Sorry, I was taking care of something, but I put it away at this point. Are you saying the movie in general started off?
No, like so for some reason the actors felt like they were getting warmed up with the movie. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
From what I heard, I watched a couple of videos, and when they brought on people like Matt Pat, apparently they were asking questions about their characters to him or some shit, which is like, if you don't have a strong idea of your character until a fucking YouTuber comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, but to be fair though, this man has poured like hours and hours.
But to be fair, the people he was talking to, they weren't characters from the games, so he really couldn't say much.
They were barely a lot of things. But speaking of Matt Pat, speaking of Matthew,
I thought that was fine. That was a very short, sweet, to the point cameo.
Yes,
yeah, I have no complaints. I didn't laugh. I was like, oh,
apparently there was a take of him doing like the full on
that's just a theory.
like the theory thing, but it was just full max like corniness. But they swapped.
I'm glad they did. I thought they did a little quick thing and just got out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm really happy they got a lot. It, like not even just Matt Pat. Matt Pat did well. I'm happy he was in the movie because he had to act that he wasn't in it, obviously NDAs and shit like that, but he was really happy that he was part of it. Corey X Kenshin was in it. He was a taxi driver. Dawko and a bunch of other like FNAF YouTubers were cameoed in like Employee of the Week pictures, which is really sweet. Right. And the main one that people wanted, but sadly scheduling problems happening, Markiplier. Markiplier was going to be in it. He was actually going to be the first security guard you see in the movie. He was the guy who was gonna die.
That would have been fire.
But it would have been so funny. I would have loved that. But he's directing his own movie and doing his own work right now, which is Iron Lung. I honestly want to see what comes out of that because I think Markiplier is really good when it comes to like making big projects. He's worked with YouTube Originals, making like his own like choose your own adventures, which is really cool. I'm really happy YouTube actually does something with their creators from time to time, really rarely, barely. But I honestly trust him. He's working with the creator of the games, just like how FNAF worked with Scott Cawthon. He was like in in 50% of the shootings, like the first scene ever, he was there. He was there with all the animatronics. He was directing a lot, like telling the people how to act. Because he's the guy that wrote all these characters, more or less. He did write a script. He did like do rewrites with a lot of the writers, and it's genuinely cool that it's really cool that like Scott Cawthon, even though he got called out for, being a man, I guess. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna say that.
That was the description.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, it like what he got called out doesn't matter. I'm just happy that even though he's off the franchise and doesn't own it anymore, he is still like working closely with both the developers of the game, and he was hands on deck with the movie at all times.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't, even if you don't like what he thinks.
Well, yeah,
I would be surprised.
It's because like that entire shit was so dumb.
No, yeah, but I get what you're saying. I was like, even if all that stuff, I will be surprised if they did not get him for anything.
For the movie.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, I think everybody did a decent job. Vanessa was definitely the weakest character, but then again,
what do you mean?
But definitely they were just written in. They were written in just to be like.
Just saying, you could do better, bro.
You've been defending her the whole thing, bro. Oh, she's cool, bro. I love her. I love her.
Just saying, you should find a queen.
She's my queen.
So you know what?
The worst part is I can't even defend myself at this point because who are they gonna believe?
Yeah, 3 against 1, bro.
Yeah, bro, you can't beat us.
All right. So I think Chip said it earlier. You were saying it didn't feel like a horror movie. Why did it not feel like that to you?
It was it's like besides a few scenes, like the jump scares, Balloon Boy, the whole kills with the cupcake who got the most fucking kills in the movie. Which that is one example of why it wasn't. I don't think it's a horror movie. The cupcake got more kills than anybody in the movie.
To be completely honest, they were making the film PG-13 since the target demographic for FNAF right now is
bro. But
kids.
they showed some things, bro. They did show
some things, but mostly it was casted in shadow so they could get away with the rating.
Yeah, which was good.
It's a little bit upsetting, but then you think about the alternative where it's like, oh, if that movie was rated R, it would be the most unwatchable piece of shit. Because they have these really nice looking animatronic designs. They have this really nice set, and just making it. I don't know. It just the only way to make those animatronics scary in the slightest is if there was really harsh shadows, and then you wouldn't get to see them mostly.
Which is that what like FNAF has always been about. It's always been like a tell don't show kind of situation where like the whole like it's like you really can't dance with FNAF because it's a series about a guy that commits a child murder. You really can't just put that. Well, you can in theaters now. Like the rated R was made for that, but you really can't just make a film about child murder. So I don't know. Like it was great that it was just, hey, this guy killed people. That's it. We're not showing anything about it.
Yeah, I agree with the like tell don't show, because what, like you said, what makes those animatronics scary is that again the games you don't really see them until they're about to get you. And their screen time, like it wasn't too much screen time, but like when they were there, you kind of like you lost fear of them like after like a while because you see them really get lighting and all that stuff, so they're not really scary. So I think in that sense, I did lose its scary aspect if there was any. It lost that kind of horror movie aspect because the main things supposed to be scared of weren't scary.
The only time I felt like any genuine fear in the movie, it was none of the jump scares. It was just when Springtrap, or I guess the Jello Rabbit, just like started coming out, because like it's Springtrap, the fucking guy that
no. Wait, you said that you were scared during that?
Not scared,
or like unsettled, or
he said that's probably the only
like,
time where he felt like
the only time I felt like any I felt uneasy in the sense.
I'm not gonna lie, I just felt confused
when you saw Springtrap.
I think because originally they had 3 hours worth of footage for this thing.
Now that would have been.
They probably built this up way more in the cut content. But then at the end, when he came out, I was so confused
because he just showed up. Yeah,
I just felt like they brought him out so he can die and then meet the status quo of William Afton becoming Springtrap.
Right.
I can tell there was some cut content over there, like some like from I don't know. They feel like, again, I don't know. Some people said it felt long, but like if it was short and like from scene to scene, I could just feel some things like needed to be fleshed out more, or just like I don't know, built up.
I like. Yeah. It's what was I gonna say? It's like I'm restarting right now, but in the sense that I'm gonna continue with the fact that it wasn't scary. The Balloon Boy jump scares is just funny to me because I always found Balloon Boy just funny.
Bro, okay, I got scared by Balloon Boy. I did. I jumped. I didn't get scared, but I jumped. I think it was one when he opened the fridge. I think I jumped at that one.
The locker. It was a locker.
The locker, yeah, because it was like I don't know, bro. I got caught lacking. Bro. I was eating my popcorn, whatever. I got caught lacking.
I jumped a little bit at the first Balloon Boy sighting. I definitely did.
I didn't. I was watching it with the Rev, and she jumped at everything, bro. And it was
what? Just wait. Really?
Yeah. She was.
Well, I'm not surprised. Scared. I'm not surprised. Yeah.
I have a like with movies. I'm not really that much of a scaredy cat. With games is when I'm actually afraid. Because in games, that's my fault.
It depends on the movie, but I don't usually get scared of movies. Yeah, it's usually games.
Games get me more afraid, but with the movie, all the jump scares, I think obviously the best one was when the caretaker got fucking chomped in half. She got fucking literally just.
That one was.
It was the gory part of the movie that nobody expected to be in the movie.
Yeah, no, I feel like it was definitely the scares and whatnot were so lackluster up to that point that you thought, oh, what's gonna happen? She's gonna get grabbed and disappear. Nope.
No, she just gets.
That kind of reminds me of something.
What?
The dude's aunt gets murdered inside their house. They never acknowledge it.
Yeah, that's one of the bad parts of the movie.
Yeah,
they never acknowledge it. Like she just dies in the house.
She's sleeping. Don't worry, sir.
And no one just acknowledges it.
Yeah, she's just me.
That's wow.
It was definitely just a way to get rid of that whole Abby arc thing what they wanted to do, because the movie was ending and the whole oh hey, the aunt wants Abby just so she could get money and whatnot.
Right.
It really went nowhere. It was just kind of Michael was doing his best, trying to take care of her. So it was and she just wanted her for the money. But then they kind of realized, what the fuck do we do? It just ended being just a shit.
Well, I mean, I feel like the whole thing was the reason he was willing to probably send her over to the aunt was because he was really scared that he couldn't they were after her at this point.
Yeah, they were.
So there was that, and then the only way to get her away where they wouldn't find her would be at the aunt. So
and then a funny little bear came around and fucked that bitch up. I was gonna say fuck that bitch, but I think the up would have been it was a good way of saying up. Yes, my favorite Pixar movie, Up.
True.
Oh, that's your favorite? Oh boy.
No, it isn't. But what else was there? I guess another issue I had with the movie is I guess the reveal of Golden Freddy, which
you mean Golden Freddy? Wait, what?
Yes, the person that went to grab Abby from the aunt.
The house was Golden Freddy. Oh my god, that was yeah.
It was said because the kid said, "I'm not Freddy." He's like, "Oh, what the fuck are you?" It's Golden. It's a different design of Freddy. It's Golden Freddy. It's the fifth child that got murdered, guys.
Yeah, but he just came out of nowhere. That was
Well, yeah, it's you only see him when he's talking to Michael about being like, "Hey, you give us Abby, bro, and you can have this dream be perfect and everything." Lol. But besides that, it really just came out of nowhere. It's like Golden Freddy is supposed to be this, literally a child that nobody knew got killed. It was the fifth child that you don't see in the game until you start flickering your fucking camera a lot and you just see it's fucking Golden Freddy, and he just goes and crashes the game, and that's it.
Yeah.
What a movie, bro.
What a movie.
I have a question.
This movie has so many problems.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but I did enjoy it again. But I have a question. So, again, we all know FNAF. We played the games. We're nerds. But even with knowing all that, do you think it was a little bit hard or to follow sometimes, or a little bit confusing as a viewer? Do you think it was a little confusing?
I think it was if I'm just because in my case I know the movie wasn't like heavily based on the game, heavily based on the books. It was its own thing, and even going into there and just being like it's not based on it's only based on the game by name and character designs. Don't think about it being the games. I was just like, oh, it's easy to follow, except at the ending when it just starts going really really fast. That's like the only
I think setting up what was happening, like of course oh, his brother got kidnapped, whatever, he died, blah blah blah. But like I still think like all the flashbacks and stuff, they did it a little bit too much. And of course I know what's happening, but like even still it's like kind of like, wait, what are they doing? I know they cut some content, all this stuff, so I wonder if that kind of lost some context in there.
There is one major part of the movie that I was really disappointed by. Like, I think it was very respectful in terms of most of its references. There were like really subtle ones, like Abby just saying hello in the tone of the balloon. Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
Balloon boy voice. And then some of the other in your face ones, they weren't that bad. I think Matt Pat's. Well, that's just a theory. That was done all right. The line "I always come back."
Yeah,
that one sucked ass.
So
wait, the delivery stuff.
No, my opinion is it should have happened when he was dying in the closet. Yeah, that's when he should have said it instead of in the middle of this thing where it has no context.
Yeah,
like
I guess that was like the only reference that was like that would be the only reference people would not get. It's like, why he's dying? Why is he saying that?
I think if he was in the locker dying and said that shit, it would have just felt a little bit more
I feel like well, now that I'm thinking about it, I think both ways is fine. It would have been better when he's dying, but I think the way they did it is still fine because he knows he's gonna die. He's still like, oh, I always come back dead. Like I still think that was fine. But that's just me.
I don't know. I just didn't like how in your face it was.
Yeah, it's because like we have the context of the games because in the games the reason why that line got even big was because of FNAF 6. That's when he actually says it for the first time. But in the context of the game, like once you start realizing he says that in the 6th game, you're like in FNAF 3 when his son burns the theme park because there's his son. If you light up the newspaper, you can see him still alive. In the FNAF 3 minigames, you can see him like while dying, the ghost disappear, but he's still alive. And there's way too much shit. There's a lot, like every time you die in the games there's a mini game. But you can just see him just always smiling while doing everything he does. And he knows he'll getting away with it. And when he learns that these children are still alive in the animatronics, and he realizes if he dies in the suit, he's just gonna be fine. So he was always untouchable. He always knew this. That's why he always says it. Again, I'm going too nerd into this shit. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, no, I mean this is a nerd movie. Like,
I really wonder if you just didn't play the games or had like no idea of FNAF in general, would you still have enjoyed the film? Would you still have like watched it?
Watched it, yes. Enjoyed. I'm not sure.
Well,
if I know nothing about it.
Five Nights at Freddy's was a huge part. Like I think when did it come out? I think we were like in middle school going into high school.
I was a teenager. 2014.
Middle school to high school, whatever. Like it was so huge. Us being into video games, if we didn't see this movie, that would be a huge missed opportunity. Like. It was kind of. I felt like I had to see it no matter what.
That wasn't the question though.
Yeah.
He asked. Like, no. He asked like if you know nothing about like, this. The general audience still. You think people would still enjoy it if you knew nothing?
Yeah. And people would just go in watching like, oh hey, it's the third Chuck E. Cheese ripoff. Let's go. Even then, like here's the thing too. FNAF, like because like what Todd said, there has been like several FNAF movies. There's been like the Banana Splits, which No one here knows what that is.
I do.
Well, yeah, you know the bananas placed by the fucking boomerang bumper, the fucking tra la 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 la.
No, that's scary, bro. Those are free. Those are some scary animatronics, bro. Those are freaky.
The Hanna-Barbera is just funny.
Oh my god.
There was one with Nicolas Cage. I forgot the name of it, but there was a FNAF movie that was with Nicolas Cage, which was just funny. It wasn't horror again. It's because this movie was in development hell. Like multiple movies were trying to write on the fact, hey, this is FNAF, fuck it. Mm-hmm. And even without like Five Nights at Freddy's being a staple franchise, even if it came out literally when the movie came out, I still think people would have enjoyed it. It's a Blumhouse movie. People watch those movies like crazy. It's a cheap horror movie. People would have still liked the animatronics. People would have loved the designs. The internet would have gone crazy if FNAF wasn't a thing when that came out. You know how the internet is. Chica, Roxanne Wolf, Toon's favorite character, of course.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm gonna buy you.
We've all seen those private messages.
I mean, if you want to, you can leak them, and yeah, but there's no private message. Yeah.
Toon, did you know?
I'm that confident that there's no private. Bro. No.
Yeah, it was over Discord. You deleted them.
No, bro.
Why are you getting so defensive over this?
But who are you gonna believe, them or me? That's the thing.
I'm gonna believe us, bro.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
you're in the same situation.
It's 3-1.
Oh, you said Tasha just got to get me back, bro. See you, bro. See. Gotcha.
I guess what else do I want to talk about the movie?
All right, are y'all looking forward to another FNAF movie, or no? Or can you go your whole life without seeing one?
Yes, I can.
Chip, yes or no?
I'm intrigued. I just want to know what they're doing with it, really.
I could go my whole life without another FNAF movie, and I even like FNAF 1, but like I don't. They will do it, but like I don't think it will add anything to like my life.
Apparently,
if I see it as a FNAF 2.
They said something along the lines of all the feedback they got for the first movie they're implementing into the second. So
right. So it probably will be better, but like even still, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, FNAF! Like I'm not gonna be sitting up waiting for it.
The thing is, this was the result of like development hell. So the fact that it's as watchable as it is, kind of
right. Even with all the cuts and stuff, I still think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want a second movie mainly because if it's a sequel, it's not like how FNAF 2 was a prequel originally. It's a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I definitely wanted to talk about for this is the fact that I think the FNAF movie is the most faithful video game movie we have gotten up to this point, even topping the Mario movie, because at the very least, the FNAF movie, there wasn't like a lot of iconic tracks, but they still played most of them, and they even used the fucking Living Tombstone song as the main credits theme, and all the music felt fitting. It was really, really good.
Angelina Jolie wasn't faithful.
I actually disagree. I think Mario was way more faithful, even with the
my problem with the Mario movie. Everything about it was really, really good. Biggest hit for it. Like, I'm judging this based on how ashamed the studios were of the source material. Mario had these really fucking good music tracks that got cut from the film just for pop culture music, and that was my bottom line.
Again, I agree, but I still think even with the pop track, whatever music, I still think it was way more faithful than
the Mario movie. It gave him a
gotcha.
family in Brooklyn and all that stuff, and I get that was like kind of the idea of it, but it still wasn't like that's not a part of the Mario games at all. They had to make that whole situation up for the most part.
That doesn't make it.
I don't know.
That doesn't take anything away from it. It kind of adds more to it than taking
Yeah, but
away.
Also like the hierarchy of like Cranky Kong being like this king, that was completely made up. Like there were a lot of parts of the Mario movie that were not accurate.
So you're saying faithful meaning it has to be 1-to-1. They can't like improvise. What you're saying?
I'm not saying they can't. What I'm saying is the FNAF movie was probably the most accurate to the source material with all the visuals and whatnot. I think it did really good, especially with how good the animatronics looked. They were fucking insane.
I think with Mario, they're more flexible to do that. FNAF can't really pull a Cranky Kong being the king of something.
No, they absolutely. You can always do that. You can always do it. Just look at the Sonic movies.
But I feel like if FNAF try to do that, if they try to add like a lot of stuff that is not, like you said, I forgot the word you said.
Well, it would have been a generic bad video game movie. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So that's why I think even with Mario like changing some stuff, it's more flexible to do that, and I think it's the more faithful than FNAF. Even with both of them being really, really, really good to the source material. But that's just me.
I think 'cause again, this movie's taking so many liberties of being its own thing, but they are following the material in the sense that purple guy, killer, 5 children, more children that we don't know. But like to go back to your question of saying, am I excited for the sequel? I'm excited for the sequel because it's an actual sequel to the movie, and if I get to see more Matthew Lillard as an actual psychopath on the screen,
right,
I'll be glad.
Yeah, I wish they did more with Matthew Lillard.
Because if they're gonna show Springtrap like actually being Springtrap, being this half robot, a shit ton of human, like obviously they're not gonna show organs like they did in the game, and like have a skull, but they'll probably do like a sheep thing where they'll have like half of Matthew Lillard's face, half of the Springtrap face.
I think for me, I think Springtrap would be a big seller for me if I'm really intrigued. Yes. Like they need a really, really good villain like Springtrap.
Because because like the way they did the suit for the movie was good. I generally think the Yellow Rabbit looked good in the movie. But if they're gonna make it look
much, but that's just me.
You didn't like it? That's fair.
It felt cheap in the sense that this is the whole idea of the suit. Like, it didn't make sense why there was some wear and tear in it, like showing.
Like his rib cage or something like that.
I guess we're all used pretty much to Springtrap for the most part. We're used to how that looks, and this was some weird middle ground between a new animatronic, a weird suit, and then it just felt a little uncanny for the most part.
Yeah, I think that probably was the weakest animatronic looking wise. Even it's still really good, but I think but Freddy was so good that Springtrap or whatever you call it wasn't that good.
To be fair, if you killed 6 children that we know of in the same suit, I think it'll look ugly if you keep killing children in the same suit over and over again. Well, you killed 5 children.
That's psycho. He probably will fix it.
One major plot hole I wanted to address. I think I talked about it before. There's a lot of plot holes in this that make no sense, but that probably is because of the cut content. Why the fuck was William Afton in the middle of the woods and kidnapping David's brother?
David's brother?
What?
Mike?
Yeah, Mike, yeah. I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah.
Like, why was he in the middle of the woods?
There's a theory about that.
Predator.
Penis.
But besides, obviously, that he's a fucking
predator.
the fact that he's a psychopath.
Well, you know why, but already, why? You know,
kidnapping children.
What they might do in the next movie is the fact that the theory is that Michael's brother is the puppet, which got teased at the end of the credits. In FNAF 2, there's the mini games. Whenever they say whenever somebody talks, which is like in this really weird Atari voice, that's the puppet, and it plays also the puppet's theme, which I forgot the name of it, but it plays a really nice rendition of the puppet's theme. But besides that, what the whole people are saying is the fact that it could be related to a part of the FNAF story where William Afton wasn't the only creator of the animatronics. It was also Henry Emily. Yes, his last name is Emily. I don't know why. So what the theory is that maybe because William Afton, the first child he ever murdered was his co-worker's daughter. Mm-hmm. So the whole thing is that maybe Michael's parents were co-workers of William, and he was a pissed little baby boy, and he went and murdered his child. That's a theory. Which this also like it's part of the whole like without context of the games. Would you enjoy this movie? Because if I didn't know this, I would still be confused. But since I can basically I have 12 years of FNAF lore in my fucking skull. I think
that might ruin the casual experience. Because again, like the question is, if you know nothing, would you still like really be intrigued by it? Like honestly, that's a hard sell. Even with how iconic they look, I still think it's a hard sell.
But even with that, the best like reason is because he's a killer, a child a person that he's
more so it's not weird because all of the kills were in like you know, like the arcade or whatever, or they were in like
the FNAF
a city or whatever the fuck. This was in the middle of the woods, at a campground.
Yeah.
In Arkansas.
But dude, yeah, no, it's like.
Child predator went out camping, saw each victim, and
took the plane and gave it to his daughter.
Yep.
Like your explanation.
That's the good.
This film has like so many plot holes.
It has so many plot holes, but bottom line, it was enjoyable.
Even with that, I probably still enjoy it a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot. Even with like all the annoyances.
Wait. Do you guys think? Okay, so as somebody who knows nothing about FNAF, do you think the 22% on Rotten did it go down? Do you think the Rotten Tomato score was justified?
20%.
Honestly, 20... yeah.
I would say.
Was it at the audience score or what was that?
No. That's like the Rotten Tomato score is like 20%, 20 something percent. I think
29%.
It went
review up. Or an 88% audience score, 29% like critic review. From a critic standpoint, yeah, that's kind of justified.
It's justified, I would say.
Which it sucks, but like from a critical standpoint, yeah, it's probably like within 20s and 30s, fortunately.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where this was entirely made for people who give a shit about the property.
Yeah.
This was not for anybody else.
Again, y'all gonna hate me, but like even with how big FNAF is, it's still pretty niche. It's not Mario or Sonic level. Like,
well, yeah.
Like it's like that they have a huge audience in the West, but it's just so niche that it can't really. It kind of has to be made for nerds.
Pretty niche.
If anything, this movie is gonna keep it like it's probably gonna take it out of being niche. It's probably gonna be a little bit more well known at this point because it is obviously turning into a franchise. They already announced they're doing a sequel and whatnot, but
honestly, I think FNAF peaked in popularity. Honestly, I don't think it can get much bigger. Even with the movies, I don't think FNAF can get that much bigger.
If the movies are like masterpieces, then maybe I could see it growing, but like
I think
you're right.
No,
your argument falls flat when Sonic exists and most of that stuff is bad. So
I think Sonic's
been around for like
Sonic's been around longer, and
true
Sonic can't get bigger, but I think he's fine.
See, the thing is, when Sonic first came out, it was like first couple of games, but then he kind of struggled. Adventure was like the adventure games were fine, but pretty much mediocre. Then it was Unleashed, Generations, mediocre, and then arguably Frontiers, yada yada yada. But it was like huge gaps. And with FNAF, not only was the first game seen as pretty interesting, with how it was done, but it had like this huge boost, with how popular it got on YouTube and whatnot.
Right.
So honestly, I think in 10 years it could be massive. Not to their level.
I can't see FNAF getting bigger, even with movies, and even like a new like Security Breach. It's supposed to be a huge game. It's new, all this stuff, but like even that kind of fell flat.
Well, yeah, no. Here's the thing. I was actually gonna go into that because FNAF, like Todd said, it like its popularity got super noticed because of YouTubers playing, FNAF 1. The first 4 FNAF games came out like not even a year, like literally every 2 months, every 3 months, the next game will come out. It broke a record. Literally broke Call of Duty's record of releasing games in the same year. That's how.
They took down COD, bro. Oh
yeah. Now Garden Ban is about to take
down records. Didn't it get more in its opening day than the Mario movie did actually?
Was it opening day or opening?
I think it was opening day.
Opening day, and then opening
day probably. Yeah.
Opening weekend. I believe it was second or third.
Yeah.
Right.
But FNAF has like phases of like old fans. There's the middle ground fans, and then there's like the kids, which is what FNAF VR, FNAF AR, and Security Breach are. Even if you think it didn't get a lot of popularity, FNAF is humongous to this day when it comes to like children's content. Which
just look at Hot Topic and all the Funko.
I actually don't see FNAF merch. I'm actually gonna lie.
I don't?
Yeah. I don't see FNAF merch either. Because I was at the mall literally like 2 days ago. I didn't see any FNAF. I was at the store today. I Okay.
American.
Oh, it's Apple. Nah, legit. I don't know.
I've looked at most shops that sell that kind of stuff. Most of the Five Nights at Freddy's merch is on clearance, so I'm pretty sure it's in their warehouses and they're just trying to ship it off.
Even those cheap kiosks, I see like Sonic stuff, Kirby. I don't see
Huggy
FNAF
Wuggy.
little Huggy Wuggy. I don't see little Freddy dolls.
In the little mini kiosks in the middle of the mall, that's all bootleg merch.
No, even I don't care if it's real or not, but I'm saying like you would think I would see some FNAF stuff. I didn't see it in there.
My point is, you can make a bootleg plush of Huggy Wuggy. You can make a bootleg plush of Kirby. You can make a bootleg plush of Sonic. How are you gonna make a bootleg plush or figure of Five Nights at Freddy's and have it look decent?
I mean,
that's the fun part.
What one, that doesn't be decent. Two, you can do it. What do you
would
mean?
be a lot harder.
How?
How?
How is like doing Sonic harder, or how are we doing Freddy harder than like doing a Sonic?
How's Okay.
I'm legit. I know. I'm okay. Go ahead.
Five Nights at Freddy's has never actually. I think it has had plushes, but it's mainly those like, what do you call it? Like the ones I don't remember what game they were from, but they were those little plush designs. Like they can go off of that for sure, but with Sonic, there's so much merch that they can rip from. But
no, you're right. But I feel like you can just get a stock bear, and model off of that. Put a hat on it. Add some stuff. There's stuff out like you can't even look at a PNG of Freddy.
A stock bear.
Well, like a stock stuffed animal bear, and then model that off of Freddy. Because there's still information over there how you can make a FNAF toy. You know, it's not like taboo. You know.
I don't know.
I feel like if they wanted to, they would, but they just don't. At least for me, y'all may see a bunch of FNAF stuff. I just don't see FNAF merch.
I mean, it might start ramping up since the movies come out. So who knows?
Every time, bro.
Knock, man, come on, bro.
Every time. Every time.
People don't like knocking, bro. God damn.
Every time, it's always a guess, bro.
No.
Okay, Chip. If you want Chip, I can cut that out.
I didn't get to see what happened. Damn it.
Okay, Chip. If you want, I can.
No one knocks in the fucking door.
Okay, Chip, if you want it, I can cut it out if you want. Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna run it, dude. Her door doesn't have a knob. I'm just gonna fucking kick open that door, tell her have a good night, and leave. Fuck you. Bro.
And leave the door cracked.
I knock every single door I see because I have respect. People don't.
That's crazy. This man could.
You see it. Here's the thing. You see a closed door. It doesn't matter if it has a lock or not. You knock. Rude. You close the bathroom door on purpose, and you see it. Why? What fuck would you fucking barge in?
True.
Anyways, that was a Foxy jump scare, guys. Foxy came into my office. Running.
That was Foxy.
It was like on my face, bro.
All right, so this would be like the tail end of the discussion. Just one more question. What do y'all want to see from future FNAF content? It can be games, the sequel. Movie. Hold on, like the games, the sequel, the movie. Do you want spin-off series? Do you want merch? What do you want? Yeah.
I think Security Breach got close to what I think the series should be at this point, because it's very obviously for kids at this point, right? I think dialing back the horror and just focusing on making a good experience is probably what they should be doing, because the whole jump scare, like, rinse and repeat cycle, that's the main reason I never got into these, because it's just like, oh, the only content in these things is jump scare. Oh. But when Security Breach, when that got announced, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. They're doing, like, a whole thing. Not necessarily open world, but you walk around and you do puzzles in the world, but then there's, like, a passive element where everything's going around you. That's interesting, but I don't know.
Okay, so for you want, like, more Security Breach stuff, at least for the games.
I just focus on a fun gameplay style. That's really it.
Yeah, I think they're trying to find their footing a little more, especially with Security Breach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie had a Security Breach moment with the whole like, let's have fun with the animatronics, which was cute. I really did not mind it at all. Sorry for eating something.
I think again, like how I said earlier, I think that got rid of the mysteriousness of the animatronics. Like, even though they are kids inside, but like you're supposed to not see, they're supposed to be scared of them. So them playing around and falling on the floor looking at stars, yeah, it's kind of like, it took me out of it a bit. But what I would want to see from like FNAF If they do a sequel, like for a movie, I want it to be either go all in on like lore and stuff, or just don't like go their own way.
I think they might.
I want to see like a lot more Springtrap stuff, like do I not really do jump scares, but you can like play into the horror aspect.
Well, actually, we didn't. Did we talk about that at all? And how there's only like 3 jump scares in the entire movie?
Thought you lied, bro. I want to blow you up on that. There was way more than 3 jump scares. You actual monkey. There was actually like 6.
Well, yeah, no, 6. But here's the thing. Do you know how many jump scares are in fucking FNAF? The fact that there weren't like in double digits is kind of jarring.
Wait, no. Okay, it's a movie. You can't put like 30 jump scares in it. You can't do it.
No, I should have expressed this a little bit more clearly. But a lot of the time that the animatronics are like doing something scary, it's not. They don't use jump scares that often. I mean, they do them, but it just doesn't feel like.
Wait, yeah, the animatronics didn't jump scare much, which I think that's fine. What was the only jump scare?
Like there were the only ones that jump scared. Yeah, Foxy jump scared once, but it was like so you saw it coming. You saw it coming. The Cupcake and Balloon Boy were really the only 2 they used for jump scares.
Which I think that's fine, and they did a good amount actually. I was actually hoping I was listening to you like, oh, we're gonna have 3 jump scares, but then I went in thinking it'd be nothing, but I actually got jumped by 1.
I know I should have expressed what I meant by that a little bit more, but at the moment I just didn't say anything. I wanted to rewatch the movie, like get another ticket. So 1, I got to have a full theater to actually experience the movie in a really nice environment, but also to like rewatch and actually take notes on some of the stuff. But that never ended up happening. So.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What I think will happen next.
Yeah. What would you like to see for FNAF next?
Whatever's coming next. There's a new game that got teased. Besides that,
when?
Yeah. When after the movie came out.
Yeah, you don't remember?
Oh.
It's no, I don't. You doesn't know.
The only game announcement I remember seeing was that they put FNAF on like YouTube or something.
Wait, what?
I saw that. There was like an interactive YouTube thing that they did where you could you could essentially play Five Nights at Freddy's on YouTube.
That sounds funny. But and for the movie, what I want them to do is I don't want them to lean into more adult themes, because I do understand. I guess, like I mentioned, you really can't dance around with the fact that there's a killer that killed kids and shit like that. But FNAF, like I mentioned, I was 12 years old when I first learned about FNAF. I'm 21 now, and the little kids that like FNAF Security Breach watch FNAF. You really can't make the movie adult, or else you'll lose a giant bunch of people. But I do want them to like lean more into what Blumhouse can do. Blumhouse can definitely do more horror shit. They can definitely add more unnerving shit. But at the same time, I also don't want them to like make the rating go from teen to something else, because I think that'll lose a lot of what FNAF is in ticket sales.
I don't think they should go rated R for any of these movies. If they do, maybe if the second film doesn't do that great, but they already have plans for a third, maybe they could try out that formula. But unless there's a circumstance that makes it more of an interesting idea, I don't think they should.
I mean, you can still get away with a lot with PG-13. Like, surprisingly, a lot you can get away with.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think ratings is what will be holding them back.
What's holding them back is budget.
Well, I mean,
budget is not holding them back. Oh my god, they got a surplus.
It would hold them back from doing a lot more like gory stuff, but
FNAF was never gory like that.
No, it never was. No.
Yeah. So like that, they don't even worry about that unless they want to go.
And in that sense, I think just like the non-gory, like corny vibe of the entire movie really matched with the games.
Yeah, of course.
It did.
Because didn't the adult Winnie the Pooh, did that come out? Did that do bad or good?
I think it came out and it was terrible.
It was bad.
Yeah, so like going that far with a friendly childhood IP, it can hurt them, because if FNAF did the Winnie the Pooh type beat, I think it would have been pretty bad. So yeah, that's right. They're really good in the middle with like
Hey, you want to know the review of the Winnie the Pooh or the horror movie?
Probably like what, 10%?
So 2.9 on IMDb, 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Blood and Honey. It's really
Yo, movie night.
It's just like 3%. Did you see that they tried to turn Winnie the Pooh into like a, what was it? Like a not, it was a game, a roguelike or some shit, and it was like violent. And I'm just sitting here like, I understand that Winnie the Pooh is now like public domain, but that doesn't mean you should use him. And every product that uses him going forward that's adult themed is fucking stupid, and you should stop. It's not appealing to anybody. The concept's funny, but no. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So I don't know if did we mention how much it's made like currently?
I don't think so. You can go ahead.
Do we need to?
Yeah, no, it just crossed 200 million. And it's been out for how long? About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. Damn.
Yeah. No, it's.
And all of that money is just going straight into the pockets because apparently, because James Gunn said that the movie already made its money even
James
before
Gunn?
Right.
Sorry. Jason Blum.
I think it's the second time you've done that.
They're both Jays.
They're both Jays. They're both bums.
Bums.
James Bum.
You can't say
James
that to the
Gunn,
person
James...
who made Scooby Doo's.
Can't say that's
the live action movie from 2000.
You can't say that about the guy that helped me Get Out. Get out! Get out!
Oh, no way. Yeah. But gotcha. Anything else?
Jordan Peele should be in the next movie.
Like himself in it? Himself? He should not be in front of the camera now.
I forgot where he said it, but he said something about like not wanting to do like big properties.
Jordan Peele.
Oh, like an IP, whatever.
Yeah,
that's fair. Because you don't want to have your entire identity be centered around that for people not.
Yeah, let me find the quote.
You don't want to become like how Tom Holland is only recognized as Spider-Man. Although I'm pretty sure he's thrilled about that. But like,
I don't think actually he is.
You don't think he's thrilled about being Spider-Man?
Well, he's thrilled.
I know. He talks about it.
I know he's thrilled to play Spider-Man, but I don't think he's thrilled to just be, just only Spider-Man.
That's fair.
Because it's actually hard to see him in any other role. Like even with the Uncharted, that was a hard thing.
Oh, I mean, Uncharted was just terrible, but also I don't think he was a good pick for that at all.
I mean, to be honest,
Nathan Drake, who do you think of?
Not Tom Holland.
An older person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think of a tune when I think of Nathan Drake.
Jordan Peele can never like top his role as Martin Luther King in Epic Rap Battles of History, nor Muhammad Ali in the Epic Rap Battles of History.
Wait.
Yes, he was Muhammad Ali and Martin Luther King in the 2013 Epic Rap Battles of History.
I misheard the second one. I thought you were talking about somebody completely different. I was like,
he went back to what you call it.
Yeah.
After that, he was. I do like Jordan Peele in smaller roles though. That I am happy he doesn't want to be in big roles, especially because he's mainly also a director nowadays.
I'll say I would much rather him behind the camera, like the brains of it, than like in front.
I'm really happy got the Blumhouse gave him a chance to again, this is not even part of the FNAF movie. This is just like me being genuine. I am happy that Blumhouse gave him a chance to direct the movie, because usually you're an actor, you probably don't know shit is what executive thinks. That's what the higher ups thinks. But Blumhouse is just kind of chill like that. They just be like, oh hey, you want to make a movie? Fine, we'll just give you a budget, give us a good story, go for it. And then Get Out was fucking humongous when it came out back in 2017, and it's probably his biggest movie.
Get Out, probably, yeah.
Yeah, even though Nope came out last year, that was really good. Us was Us. Actually, correction. Us is not me. Us is them. I do not.
It's them, bro. It ain't us.
It ain't us. It's them.
It's a really good concept, but wasn't really executed that well. But again, the concept that's something I like. Bro, doppelgangers, bro. It's kind of cool.
A doppelganger tune.
Yeah.
You're not the real Toon.
I might not be.
You're just a monkey.
Oh, he said that live, bro. Anyway, all right. So, you have anything else to add? If not, we can go on and wrap this.
I feel like I have a lot more thoughts, but I was so absorbed into what I was working on, and I got really frustrated to the point where my brain was just not working tonight.
Gotcha.
No, I was retooling the same face for 6 hours.
Bro, did you? Okay, wait. I have a question, Todd. Only for Todd. Did you eat today? Oh, I knew it, bro. He knew I was gonna ask. He knew it, bro.
No, I did not
know
eat.
This man, bro.
A little something this morning, and I had a Kit Kat during this podcast. But
yeah,
this man is running off of just like I don't know what you running.
I took too long of a break.
Have a burger, Todd.
I have Costco pizza in my fridge. I'll eat that in a sec. I just get so overwhelmingly like frustrated when I take a break and get back into it. So I kind of just needed today to get my ass to start thinking artistically again.
Gotcha. But make sure. I think what you should do, if you are gonna go on a intense work session, try and eat before. Yeah. I know it might be hard because you want to just work, but like I think that'll help you out. At least like have some.
Well, main problem was I was working with sketches that I did 2 weeks ago and let them sit, and then I had no idea what to do afterwards. So that was probably my fault. So
you kind of just went in blind, in a way, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I'm just gonna do some sketches this week and just chill. But anyway, what were your guys' number ratings?
It's for me, since I'm a big baby about this franchise.
5 out of 10.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it is pretty high.
That's high for you, sir. Yeah.
No, I get that rating. I get that rating. 5, like Five Nights at Freddy's. I get that.
Bro, die, bro.
It's a 6. It's a 6 for
I'm
me.
being really generous.
I know you're being generous.
What's your rating?
I think it was a lot of fun just seeing these characters actually be on the big screen, and unlike with the Sonic movies and Mario, it was like 1-2-1, so it was even more bizarre. I am a huge sucker for amazing set work and very good costumes, because I have a subtle background in theater. So overall, I think I would give it probably a 7 or a 6, just because there were some very questionable things. It started out really strong, but the ending was really messy. But yeah, no, I would say so. Like, yeah, I'll be generous. I'll say 7 out of 10. Yeah.
I agree with Todd. I think it's a 7. I'm not sure if it has potential to like go up or down for me, but at least for now, it's a 7. But we'll see. Like when I rewatch it, it might get worse. I don't know. But again, yeah, the seeing FNAF on the big screen was really cool. Set design's good. Acting was so-so. Ending was so-so. But the idea and still what it put out and produced really good, and it can only get better with like more installments.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. My final thoughts is just, I'm really happy this came out because, I generally, I can't talk about this franchise just because of how convoluted the fucking games are and just the lore and everything and the people behind it, like fandom wise and shit like that. But the fact that this came out, this franchise that I've been seeing for the past like 8 years, 9 years, almost 10 now, is actually like mind-boggling that casuals can see it without having to go into Steam and playing a goddamn stupid computer game or their phones. But it's also the fact that this franchise really, like, I know you mentioned that this franchise probably can't grow anymore. I do think it's gonna grow in the sense that more people will know. Hey, it's a stupid animatronic movie. Fuck it, we'll watch it. See, Toon's family actually knows. They're not in the camera. You know, they speak quietly. You know, they're very nice. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy this came out. I'm happy it came out with a good studio compared to Warner Brothers, because I don't know what they'd have done. The fact that
with Warner Brothers, they would have.
The fact that 3 scripts were written and 3 of them got thrown off really shows just how bad. If people don't like this movie as much as we do.
I think it was because for Warner Brothers, they were probably trying to turn this into this whole like amazing production. When if you're doing a horror movie based on a franchise that was put together in like a month, you don't want to put too much thought into it. Otherwise, it's just not gonna. It won't feel like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm just genuinely happy. I hope I can see more. I hope I can see more of just Scott Cawthon still working on the franchise, because Security Breach wasn't there for like 70% of the time, which really shows. But yeah, what about you, Sar? What's your opinion of going through the 7 Seas to watch this film and just this franchise, I guess?
I don't really have much to add. I guess I'm glad it exists.
You guess.
I have no desire to ever watch this film.
Isn't the next video game movie coming out the Minecraft movie?
With
no.
Jason.
Bro, I remember hearing news about that when I was like 15, bro.
Yeah, and now it's official. Now it has Jason Momoa as.
I thought they weren't actually coming out. I thought it was like still.
Jason Momoa. No, it's being worked on recently, apparently.
2025. Wait, no. So Jason Momoa is not Steve.
Is Pedro? Who is it? Is it Pedro Pascal?
It's Pedro Pascal. Yeah.
Oh god. Pedro Pascal.
For that movie, I definitely.
Wait, the Roblox movie? Wait, what?
Oh god,
this is a fan.
Oh my god! No, stop! Yeah, no, we're not going on this rabbit hole, bro.
We're going on.
No, hey. So I looked it up. There's something called the Roblox movie, and Tyler the Creator is in it.
Okay, gotcha.
We're going into the Super Saiyan 100.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 100 territory right now.
This would be Goku with Super Saiyan 50. Nah, bro.
Yo, the motherfucker has hair for days.
All right, so if everyone is done with your thoughts, we want to wrap up. But we have one question from Little Popstick Vivo that we can answer.
Oh God, shut up, yes.
He asked, "What do we think was weird about the ending for the FNAF movie?"
Just the overall vibe of it. One, William Afton and the whole suit that should have been hinted at way earlier. That he had it. I think maybe, I know it would have been intense foreshadowing, but for most of the people who knew FNAF, they already knew he was William Afton, just under a different name. So they could have had a thing where maybe he had like a scene where he goes home and then the suit is in his closet or something, just in like somewhere in the movie. I don't know necessarily. But I think the death scene, I think it was funny how long they played it out and how like weirdly violent it was, kind of.
Oh, that little rib thingy when it kept going in him.
Yeah, no, like the fact that they showed literally every single spring lock, like just going into his chest. That was kind of wild. I do think they should have. I already talked about it, but I don't like how he delivered the "I always come back" line. I think they should have done that later. And I think the last shot of the movie where he was getting closed into the closet by the ghost of Freddy. That I did like that shot in particular.
Yeah,
but
it's really good.
It felt like they were just like wrapping it up. So.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with a lot of things Todd said, that the ending was too quick. It was like also taken from the books, because like in the books, when William Afton gets like he's getting killed, the animatronics drag him into the back of the pizzeria, and even that was just kind of like, if you get it, you get it. But even without that, it was a good ending. I do agree that the line "I always come back" should have been said when he was like trying to reach out to the kid in the back of the pizzeria. I think there should have been. I agree that it was insane that they showed the fact that all the fucking spring locks were like going into his body, but at the same time, I'm happy.
I'm glad
they were going to give him a death scene, they had to show it in excruciating detail, because we never really got to see him get spring locked. We never really got to see it.
We only see his
Atari-ass graphics.
Yeah, no, this is like actually showing what a fucking how your lungs collapse, because that's technically where the spring locks are. They're running your lungs. You literally are like running out of air as you're dying, which is cool. It's gnarly. It's
just like, but I don't know why he would make that suit. Like, even it's intentionally supposed to do that. Like that's
yeah, it's intentional supposed to do that.
Well, the Springlots were supposed to not do that. Wait,
no, they're supposed to do that. Yeah.
Wait, oh no, this was one other plot hole that made no sense, and I know this is at the tail end, but I just wanted to discuss this because this was kind of weird. And you might nerd emoji me for saying this, Tune, but in the games, didn't William get springlocked because the suit was like damp and then the spring locks failed? And if that was the case, then the doll that was in the back closet, which looked like it wasn't even near any sort of water damage, why did that clamp shut?
The reason why, besides that, the animatronic suit in the games, when William Afton wears it, the fact that it's raining, the fact that the building is old, the fact that it's leaking is part of it. It's also the fact that just like what happens in FNAF 3 in the Atari game, that building is old, that building is abandoned, that spring lock definitely is like rusty, dusty, fucked up. You know, it's an old suit that probably touching it can activate it. So I guess that's my defense.
I don't know. And it just, I don't know. It was just weird because.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like it would have been more interesting. Like, I think the finale, this is a kind of a stupid thing they could have done, but imagine that there was a leaky ceiling over that like doll thing in the closet, and then because it was damp, then that's why it clamped shut. And then imagine like maybe somehow William gets wet during the final climax, and then that's what causes it. Like, it could have been more interesting instead of the spring locks just shutting like out of nowhere. That's where I'm like, but
gotcha.
I think it would have just been more interesting if there was like a reason why this all happened at the same time. But
yeah. All right.
Oh, last question though.
Yeah, go ahead. If
they end up releasing the 3-hour director's cut, are you going to watch it?
Yeah,
baby.
Yes, I will. I will.
I really want to see what they cut, because there was really no special effects in the entire film outside of the one kid with like the black eyes. That was really the only special effects in the entire thing. I really want to see like if they could just release all that other stuff. But who knows?
I mean, I hope that'd be pretty cool.
It'll make the money.
I mean, has Blumhouse done that before?
They have shown the alternate ending to Get Out. That has been a thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if.
But Get Out is Get Out was like their biggest movie. FNAF is their biggest movie now, so they probably will. They probably will show like behind the scenes. And
Get Out also has like 2 other production companies behind it, so it's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
Who else produced it? I know it was Blumhouse. Who else was?
It's Monkey Paws. Hold up, let me pull it up.
Monkey Paws, huh?
That's Jordan Peele's production company.
Yeah, Monkey Paws Production and Universal.
QC.
That's true. Oh, wasn't KC the people behind Black's Klansman? I think I'm the only person that doesn't look like.
I think you're the only one.
I know that movie.
I know it exists, bro.
You only know that movie because of Adam Driver saying that one line.
No, I've been made very aware of this film.
It's really good. It's a really good film. John David did a great role as the fucking lead. I loved it.
All right, so Tune.
So that is it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Go and follow these people on all these socials. Also follow me if you want to.
You weirdos.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess don't follow him. He doesn't care. But yeah, thank you for watching, listening. Appreciate it, and we will be back soon. All right, goodbye.
Soon, he said.